You're looking at some maybe 100-year-old political cartoons. I found some political cartoons of the era. I don't get their jokes, but funny. Got 3 breaking stories here. 1. Scandal. Obama ordered Comey to do something sick just to blame Russia on Trump. And Defense Secretary issues warning on North Korea. It's getting real. And Navy SEAL responds to professor's criticism of military. And it's big. It's big. It's huge. By Danny Gold. The first one, which is Scandal. Obama ordered Comey. It's been just revealed exactly how deep Obama's control of the Russian election story really went. Trust me, this is going to prove how right President Trump is. According to Newsweek, James Comey presented documents to Obama about Russian hacking Hillary Clinton very early. Comey wanted them presented to the public immediately. He had a draft of it, or an outline, the source said. He held up a piece of paper in a meeting and said, "I want to go forward. What do you people think of this?" Obama cronies say, "No way." This is what Obama's face looked like when we said, Russian hacking? And then we said, "You were spying on Trump?" What? Freaking idiot. Instead, they wanted to use this chance to connect all the intelligence agencies so they could collude the same exact thing. After that, they slowly twisted the information about Russians to accuse Donald Trump of the unthinkable, working with Russia. This was the last straw for Comey. He wanted Russia dealt with, but not like this. That's when he discovered Clinton's emails in Anthony Weiner's computer. He then resolved himself to at least let the public know about those. Let Obama try to shut him down again.
This is a Fox News Alert. I'm Brett Baer in Washington. A presidential campaign for the ages has taken an even more bizarre turn than anyone could have ever predicted. The FBI now says it will review emails that appear to be pertinent to its investigation into the Hillary Clinton email scandal. This comes just 11 days before Election Day. Those new emails, thousands of them, we're told, appear to result from the sexting investigation of disgraced former Democratic Congressman Anthony Weiner, married to senior Clinton aide Huma Abedin. As you can imagine, this news has turned the entire political universe on its head. It has given Donald Trump new life for his campaign, and it has given Hillary Clinton and her campaign new reason to worry, as she seemed to be coasting to Election Day with red state visits and a down-ballot push. My interview from this morning with Donald Trump and Mike Pence is coming up shortly. But we begin with the stunning news of the FBI announcement and reaction to it. We have Fox team coverage tonight. Carl Kam is traveling with the Trump team in Iowa. Jennifer Griffin is also in Iowa with the Hillary Clinton campaign. But we began with Chief National Correspondent Ed Henry. Good evening, Ed.
Good evening, Brett. An FBI source tells me tonight the focus is on thousands of emails that were sent and received by Huma Abedin, Clinton's top aide. This source could not say whether those emails were sent back and forth with Hillary Clinton or not, or whether they were classified. A key question. A senior law enforcement official adds the FBI was in what they believe to be an impossible position. They found a trove of emails connected to the Clinton probe that never closed down. If they waited until after the election, Republicans would accuse them of holding back critical info. By moving forward, Democrats are furious. It may tilt a close race.
Not a close race.
Double-barreled October surprise from FBI Director James Comey. He is investigating Hillary Clinton and her server again after new emails emerged, according to an FBI source, from the separate sexting investigation of former Congressman Anthony Weiner, husband of Huma Abedin, Clinton's top aide, who was interviewed by the FBI during phase 1 of their investigation.
You're a weak woman, Uma, and you're married to a weasel dirtbag. A freaking dirtbag, okay? That's who you chose to be married with. And Hillary, your taste in friends, your taste in advisors, your taste in people is effing garbage. Okay? You are garbage. You are also garbage. You, Uma, you, Hillary, your entire freaking staff, everyone around you is garbage.
Investigation. Comey firing off a new letter to stun
Look at Comey before his whole face grew 20 years in 1 week. Look how young he looked right before this.
I am writing to inform you that the investigative team briefed me on this yesterday, and I agreed that the FBI should take appropriate investigative steps designed to allow investigators to review these emails to determine whether they contain classified information, as well as to assess their importance to our investigation. Comey was under intense pressure after declining in July to press charges against Clinton, despite kicking off an extraordinary news conference by suggesting she did, in fact, mishandle classified information.
Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
Beyond being a criminal problem for Clinton, she has been suffering political damage ever since the March 2015 news conference, where she made a series of promises to the American people that turned out to be false.
There is no classified materials.
Comey's probe, though, has been clouded by former President Bill Clinton meeting privately with Attorney General Loretta Lynch on an airplane. And President Obama suggesting in multiple interviews that Clinton did not violate any laws.
Liar.
Still say that.
I continue to believe that she has not jeopardized America's national security.
Today, the president had no comment.
Mr. President, any reaction to the FBI reopening the investigation into Clinton's email server?
Go to hell, I ignore you.
Mr. Hillary, Mr. President, is she fit to serve?
As for demands by the Clinton camp that the FBI release more information tonight, a senior law enforcement source is telling us they have no plans to do so, and they doubt it will be wrapped up by the election. A former FBI official told me, meanwhile, if Clinton is worried about timing, she should not have kept the existence of her server secret for so long. Brett.
Again, just to be clear, we don't know whether Hillary Clinton is emailed here by Uma Abedin.
Correct.
And we don't know the existence of the 33,000 other emails, the Hillary Clinton emails.
Yeah, Brett. Don't worry. Hillary's might get off. Don't worry, Brett. Hillary might get off. Relax. Don't lose your lunch.
There was a New York Post story recently, as the WikiLeaks dumps have been happening, suggesting that the IT company in Colorado may not have deleted all 33,000 Hillary Clinton thought were deleted with BleachBit. And so some of those emails could be emerging. Some could be included in what they found in Huma Abedin's device. We simply don't know. What we do know is that Huma Abedin is always by Hillary Clinton's side, and when they're not together, they are emailing frequently. So if they're looking at thousands of emails to and from Huma Abedin...
I want to see their texts. That's what I want to see, because everyone's texting the real stuff, right?
Abedin, you would expect at least Hillary Clinton or other senior people in the Clinton camp would be emailing with her, Brett.
Okay, Ed, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Why am I bringing this up? Because it's important now. I know it's old news, but it's not old news. Something new happened. So it looks like, yes, Russia did hack Hillary Clinton's email. It also looks like, yes, Obama manipulated information to his own advantage. Between this and the mass surveillance on Trump and all Americans, Obama was a monster. And he wasn't really a president. He's a fake president because he's not from America. So it was a lie. And when that comes out, they're going to have to mark him off as a fake, lame president that infiltrated America. Share this everywhere if you think it's important to people know the truth. See, Comey didn't want to do this. Obama made him do it. That's why Comey was twisted and didn't know how to act, and he made mistakes because he wanted to tell everyone. Anyway, next story. Defense Secretary issues warning on North Korea. Defense Secretary James Mattis has given a statement at a press conference and said North Korea has to be stopped. Nothing But Crap News reported in London. After years of North Korea thumbing its nose at the international community on Friday, Defense Secretary James Mattis appeared to signal enough is enough. Right now, North Korea appears to be going in a very reckless manner, and it has got to be stopped, Mattis said at a press conference in London. He didn't give any details about how the administration of President Trump plans to deal with the reclusive nation, which under Kim Jong-un has drastically increased its missile and nuclear testing program. But Mattis' remarks continue a recent trend of Trump officials taking a harder line on North Korea. Earlier this month, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said that the diplomatic efforts in the past 20 years to bring North Korea to a point of denuclearization has failed. He also said that the military action was on the table. Many experts say that Trump's options are limited. However, Kim has pledged to develop a weapons capable to striking the U.S. and its allies. 3 of the country's nuclear tests were completed under his rule, and he conducted more missile tests over the past 4 years than the rest of the country's history. That's it. And last story. Navy SEAL responds to professor's criticism of military, and it's big. After Drexel professor George Cicilariello, mayor, stated that he wanted to vomit after he says a first-class passenger gave up his seat for a military member, Navy SEAL Rob O'Neill, one of the SEALs who killed Osama bin Laden, chimed in, telling him that he lives in a bubble. Fox News, Rob O'Neill, the Navy SEAL. Let me see, do we have a video? I like videos. No video? Rob O'Neill, the Navy SEAL credited with killing Osama bin Laden, fired back today at Drexel University professor who claimed he wanted to vomit after a fellow airline passenger gave up his seat to a U.S. service member. George Cicilariello, mayor, lives in a bubble. He's never been in the real world, O'Neill told Fox and Friends. I'm not sure which course he teaches. It might be how to grow facial hair without testosterone. The professor lit up the internet this week with the Sunday tweet. Some guy gave up his first-class seat for an ununiformed soldier. People are thanking him. I'm trying not to vomit or yell out, Marcel. Cesario Mayer, must be related to Bill Mayer, told Fox News Tucker Carlson on Thursday that he aimed to call attention to fighting in Mosul, Iraq, including the recent airstrike that has killed more than 100 innocent people. U.S.-led coalition officials have said they're investigating. The professor added, I think U.S. troops need real support. They don't need symbolic gestures. What they need is not a first-class seat. What they need is healthcare support, psychological support. This is how we support the troops, not by sending them off to wars. You know what, Professor? You better shut the hell up, okay? They need all of what you just said and that seat, bro. And that seat. And you know what? It's your fault that he doesn't have a seat like that. People like you, and it's your fault that he has to worry about health care and psychological support. It's your fault. That's just a bunch of nonsense, O'Neill responded. He is going to use somebody just showing his support. He's going to use somebody just showing his support for one of our troops by his first-class seat to try to make it something political, which is what he does. He doesn't know what the war effort is. He's in a classroom. He's a professor. It was just the latest controversy for the professor who tweeted last December, all I want for Christmas is white genocide. See, this guy's just a jerk. He's looking for 5 minutes of fame. That's what he wants. He keeps tweeting things, hopefully getting picked up. He later added to clarify, when the whites are massacred during the Haitian Revolution, that would be a good thing indeed. So this is the guy who thinks he can go and tell everyone what our soldiers need. Drexel University responded to his latest tweet. He still works there? He still works there? No way, right? He wants white genocide. He lost his job, right? The recent social media comments by George Mayer, associated professor of politics of global studies at Drexel, were made outside the classroom are his own opinion and do not represent the university views. Drexel is committed to vigorously supports our ROTC students, student veterans, and alumni who have served in the military. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't really think so, Drexel University. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. Let's check out what Fox News has to say about this, because I want to see the idiot's face. I think, okay, hold on. I think the guy on the left was the SEAL, and the guy on the right was the idiot. I'm pretty sure.
A Drexel University professor
Idiot.
under fire after tweeting this. Some guy gave up his first class seat for a uniformed soldier. People are thanking him. I'm trying not to vomit or yell Mosul.
And when he tried to defend himself, he got...
You should have yelled Mosul, and then maybe you would have got, like, snuffed the hell up by a Navy SEAL.
schooled by Tucker Carlson.
I think it's really irresponsible to...
For you to come on here and talk this way, I know it is. And you're a moron, and you're very, very stupid, low intelligent, low IQ person who knows one thing. You're like a social studies savant, obviously.
blindly support, for example, wars that send off young people.
You want white genocide, don't you? Didn't you say that in December? By the way, you're white, but you sound like you're not. Sort of like got a little bit of what?
Into combat, risk their lives, kill many others, as we've just seen in Mosul. 200 people incinerated.
Really? Word, dog. Professor Dog. Yo, dog. Word up, bro.
By U.S. bombs, and and to not do that in a way that expands anyone's freedom, that makes anyone less secure.
You're not saying giving up a seat for the guy who made the war policy, but for the soldier, the guy who's risking his life. Why'd that make you feel like throwing up?
They don't need to be deployed, have their lives risked.
I'm gonna redo it
for wars that do nothing.
I'm redoing it, and this time I'm not gonna say what. That's the Navy SEAL who's defending him. Defending the not him. You know what I mean. Man, sorry I'm getting a little upset here. I'm just, we're attacked 24/7 by these people on the left. You can't blame me or anyone that gets upset over this. Trouble with schools.
A Drexel University professor under fire after tweeting this. Some guy gave up his first class.
Trying to fast forward. I'm trying here, folks.
That expands anyone's freedom, that makes anyone less secure.
You're not saying giving up a seat for the guy who made the war policy, but for the soldier, the guy who's risking his life. Why'd that make you feel like throwing up?
They don't need to be deployed, have their lives risked, be taken away from their families for war. Wars that do nothing and no good for anyone.
Really?
Looks like somebody really doesn't want us hearing this.
What does a man who risked his life to kill Osama bin Laden have to say about that? Rob O'Neill joins us now. Rob, when you heard it, what'd you think?
Well, my first thought, I was getting tweeted about it, and I went to see if this guy he'd already blocked me from seeing it, so I wasn't sure what was happening. I found out what was going on, and I started getting hit up by friends of mine, like Marcus Luttrell. You may have heard of him, the Lone Survivor, and he's like...
I just want to add, I have the fastest internet speed
I'm not on a plane
possible.
when stuff like this happens, so it's kind of funny. That would have been fun to watch, too. This guy probably would have vomited for different...
Yeah, but
Come on. This never happens. See, somebody...
he didn't say anything on the plane. He went back.
Well, of course he did.
Into the...
Yeah, something's not right. I'm not running anything else.
This Twitterville. This is a guy that lives in a bubble, and he deals with students all day that regardless of what he says, they need his grade to get on with life. So he's a tough guy. I'm not sure what his course he teaches. It might be how to grow facial hair without testosterone. I'm not sure what this guy's doing, but he sits there.
Shit. Now I get that when I look at him. That's funny. Man, whatever. Fox News. This is FoxNews.com site.
Poli-sci course or whatever. He's never been in the real world. He knows something he learned in the classroom from a guy that learned it in the same classroom.
Robbie goes on Tucker's show to say that our troops need real support. They don't need symbolic gestures. What's your reaction?
It's just a bunch of nonsense. He's going to use somebody just showing his support for one of the troops by giving a first-class seat to try to make it something political, which is what he does. He doesn't know what the war effort is.
And why can't they have both? Why can't they have real support and
they do have real
nice
support.
gestures?
That is support. Someone saying, I support the troops, but I'm against this.
Come on, you say administration.
This is not supporting the troops. That is support for the troops. Most of the troops are very humble, and when they hear thanks for your service, they kind of shy away. But support for the troops is buying them a beer at the airport, paying for their meal, giving them a first-class seat. That's real support for the troops. That's what it is. I mean, this guy's just he's a blowhard. He likes to get attention. He's got nothing else really going on. I mean, it's one of those things where I've heard before, if you saying you get experience.
I'm really sorry. Blame Fox News, not me.
This from a college professor is like saying you're not hungry because you memorized the menu. We don't think much. We kind of laughed about this guy because he's really a joke.
Well, here's what Drexel University says, because they felt the heat, said the recent social media comments by George Cicarelli-Meyer were made outside the classroom.
I'm seeing something. What the hell is this back here?
His own opinion and do not represent the university's views. Drexel is committed to and vigorously supports our ROTC students.
I thought that's what was slowing us down. Folks, I apologize for this. If you know me, this is abnormal. Abnormal.
Student vets and alumni who have served.
Man, there's so much more, too.
That's exactly what you expect them to say.
You would expect them to say that, and I would actually expect a lot of parents to see these universities where they're sending their kids, and they're cutting some pretty big checks to these universities along with a lot of funding from the taxpayer. I would hope the parents would see what they're doing, what kind of education or miseducation they're
or the alumni that support them.
Certainly. Yeah,
how would you feel if one of your kids wanted to go to Drexel University?
You know, I'm all about free speech, and this guy has the ability because of...
Not in a school. Not in a school, bro. He doesn't have that right. Okay, so Fox News, I know you must have at least a few $1 million. Fix your stupid website.
One of the soldiers that the seat was given to. And you can say what you want, whether or not you open your mouth and look like an idiot. That's protected by people that go to places like Mosul. But I mean, just to back up and say that where people are being incinerated because of this guy that's flying to see loved ones or possibly on a temporary assigned duty or whatever.
And calling for white genocide back in...
Yeah, he did that, didn't he?
You know what, though? It looks like the university's not supporting...
It's okay. Got plenty of time. Doesn't matter to us. We're getting the story. We're getting the story out, no matter who
And they're
wants
supporting
to
the
stop
ROTC
us.
program. They're saying he said this off.
They're hitting Fox
They
hard.
are. I mean,
and kids do have the choice. College students have the choice to sign up for his class.
if my kids want to go, that's fine too. I mean, anywhere they want to go, I'd support them. I wouldn't recommend taking this guy's class. I feel like pretty much everyone in the country does, and I'm sure a lot of the people at Drexel University they probably wanted to vomit after seeing what this guy's not going to stop. He's going to keep doing it. He loves.
Unbelievable. I'm not used to this.
He's
That's
getting
why
now,
I'm
so.
acting
Well, I got
this way.
one of you today with Rob O'Neill talking about him.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for serving our country.
Unreal. Look, take it from somebody who knows a lot about websites. This Fox site is busted. It is busted. This has got some serious problems. Let me tell you right now. None of my sites do this. Look, I just X'd it out. It's holding us all up. See, now that it's gone, all the problems are gone. I could flip through everything. Nothing's stopping us. Okay? Nothing stopping us. I'm sorry. But those are the three stories. So we had Obama ordered Comey to do something sick. Defense Secretary issues a warning to North Korea, says stop your crap. And this idiot, who we got most of the story from, Navy SEAL responds to the professor's criticism of military, and it's big. And I'm very sorry about all of that. Yeah, link to Fox News so you can watch the biggest mess of a clip ever on Not Fake News. Thanks for watching, folks. Share this anyway. They'll understand this is just a one-time fluke how that video,